Well, my child just got a letter out from school.
It fucking amazes you, right? That people, that there are still fucking people out there that don't believe it, or that do believe it. Do you know what I mean? It amazes me. And we'll soon see, won't we? When the mask mandates come, we'll soon see who's in the know and who ain't.
I saw the video of that Asian doctor that they have on Good Morning Britain, the one they always wheel out, because Dr. Hillary, Dr. Death sometimes can't be there. So he said, the way he worded it, there's going to be potentially the request to wear masks in hospital, but, I don't think it'll be mandated. But that's how fucking it always starts, isn't it? It's always softly. Boil your frogs nice and quickly.
If you remember, in the first pandemic, it was no, there'll be no need to wear masks, there'll be no need to do this, there'll be no need to do that. They're just prepping you with that. Because then fucking 5 minutes later, it's now you got to wear masks, now you got to do this, now you got to do that. If you remember, they were saying there won't be health passports, there won't be anything like that. And then next thing, they were fucking 5 minutes later, that's what they're saying that they want to do. People are going to have them.
Fucking green card all the way across the EU.
Fucking bollocks, mate. Listen, I need to go for a squirt. I'll be back in a minute.
I am Monica.
Is there any more information coming out at your end?
No, not at the moment. I'm just back to work tomorrow. I've had 3 days. Well, I've been off 5 days, so time will tell when I get back to work.
Yeah.
I mean, you usually know with the ones, like, obviously I was up at the hospital today and no staff were wearing masks. So,
they weren't?
No, that's something I clocked straight away. So, the longer she's in there, the better, because the more I can see what's going on.
I've got to say, over the last, 4 days or so, while I've been driving around, I have actually seen more people wearing masks out in the street. There seems to be, I don't know whether I'm just hyper at the minute and I'm keeping an eye out for it, but it just feels like that.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'll be the same when I'm kind of out driving about as well. I'll be kind of like, oh, that wasn't the other day. I'll be the same when I'm kind of out driving about as well. I'll be kind of like, oh, that wasn't the other day. Putting that awareness out to everybody else that, if we're seeing things like that, then maybe it's stuff that they're missing.
Yeah, maybe.
Not in a bad way, but...
I'm just excessively bored with it all, to be honest.
Yeah.
Bored with it all, to be honest.
Yeah. So loads of outbreaks in school as well, that's no surprise. I mean, I got a child that came home today with a letter saying about the flu shot up the nose and also the big bad flu.
Well, the outbreaks in schools, I don't think anybody should be surprised that they're going to start focusing on headlines like that. Because we still haven't had it corroborated, but if the information that's coming out about them keeping kids in schools for their safety and creating dormitories in schools, if that's their agenda, obviously you're going to start seeing it getting ramped up quite quick about, this variant is far more harmful for the kids, because everybody knows the previous variants did fuck all for kids. They weren't bothered by it.
Well,
sorry, hold on, guys. I'm going to have to pause for a minute, go silent. I've got a car alarm going off.
All right, mate.
Okay, I'll be 2 minutes.
One of my sisters is a teacher, and I was telling her about it. And I said to her, if you get any fucking sniff of anything like that that's going on, let me know. But obviously that's only going to be in my area. But, maybe it might be a heads up for people if they are still sending their kids to school to fucking whip them out.
Does your sister think like us, or is she different?
Yeah. I wouldn't say she's fully on board with everything, but I'd say she's coming around. Well, she didn't call me fucking crazy.
So there's another lockdown coming in England, isn't there?
I've only just started talking to her again
I'm
after about
covering
a
this
year,
on TikTok live chat.
She's probably just being nice to me. But I explained to her what's happening. So I just said, because I asked her, I said, when you go back, so obviously she's on some holidays at the minute, so when you go back, find out if they've had anything installed over the summer holidays. You know, anything like new Wi-Fi, and she said no, they've already had something installed. That was before we broke up, so it's got her thinking for sure.
What constantly surprises me as well is over the last 3 years, you find out information, you give this information to other people, they call you a nutter, which is all fine, and then you say, right, okay, that's fine, you can choose or not choose, or you can just do the bare minimum and try and go and read up yourself. But then a year later, you have the same conversation with people saying, look, I told you this was happening, I told you this was happening, I told you this was happening, you called me a dick. It all happened. I wasn't wrong about any of the things that I told you was coming. Yeah, now I'm going to give you a new, fresh piece of information, and all of a sudden you're a nutter again. There's no like, yeah, you got that right, maybe I should listen. This is what I'm getting all the time at the moment.
Yeah. You just got to, mate, do you know what? It's like a process you go through when you're waking up and when everything's becoming a little bit fucking more clearer. You know, there's like stages of it, and the first is like disbelief. The second is like anger, rage. It's, you know, you can blatantly fucking see it. Yeah, Tax is right, mate. You know, it can be a burden knowing what you know. Especially when you can see so many people around you, you know, and including loved ones that they just don't get it. They just can't fucking see what's blatantly right in front of them.
I mean, I'm definitely not as far down the road with all this stuff as you, because I was trying to say to Lucy and a couple of the others the other day, like, you all go off on these conversations that you have, and I'm just sitting here with my clack open thinking, fuck, I don't know any of this. And I need to do more work. But at the same time, the bits that I do know are giving me mental anguish already, because I'm thinking, how the fuck can we survive? How the fuck can we win against this onslaught from every direction? And it does make me want to just fucking disown people and just be by myself.
Look, the best way to protect yourself is like I said, you have to know the difference between who you are and what you represent. That's the nuts and the bolts of it. Yeah, you have to learn about what you represent, and you have to learn about how to fucking separate the two. Yeah, and be able to put across that distinction as well of the separation. You know, you don't want to be. There's certain instances where, like we were talking last night, Shorty. I don't know if you was there last night, mate.
I was there for something.
When we were talking about one of Fig Jam and Fern's pals that had he had basically relinquished his Cesta QV trust. He basically give it up, walked away from it on the record, got himself off the record. But he doesn't have anything, you know. He can't work because obviously work, unless it's cash in hand. He does a bit of cash in hand jobs here and there apparently, but he can't really work it. He can't have a mortgage or anything like that because he's not completely out of the system. But whereas I would do it a different way, because them trust funds were set up for your benefit.
Sorry for we have somebody that's been dropped out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so she'll want back in.
Do you want to come back in, Nito? If anyone wants to come up, man, just send a request. I'm a bit shit. Oh, there you go. There's one. I'm a bit shit at keep my eye on that. This one I've got a joint on the go.
It's coming on. Mick, when did you take that up, mate? This is a new thing, isn't it?
You what, buddy?
When did you take that up? It's a new thing, isn't it? Smoking joints?
Have you not noticed my fucking username?
I was taking the piss.
No, do you know what? I've got to be honest, mate. Yeah, I've had a couple of months off. I just wanted to clear my head a little bit, like, because I was smoking too much.
Well, I hear Pablo Escobar had a couple of months away and all.
Yeah, no, I'm no Pablo Escobar, mate. Not at all. I don't do anything like that. But it's just, I bought myself a bag last week and then another one, and then I had another couple of days off and bought another one. Yeah. This is my... But yeah, you know, I work hard all day, mate. You know, I work hard. Yeah. Don't listen to what Loopy says. I work hard.
Do what you do. At the end of the day, you shouldn't. And no one owns your life. You own your life, and that's
Absolutely.
what people start to realise, in that they own you. You are responsible for you. No one else. You are.
This is
use that intuition. Use that intuition. Use that the fact that sorry.
Do you know what, Will? That's exactly what I say when I say to people, you know, when you think about the law, ask yourself one thing, and that is, who has a divine right over you?
No one.
Absolutely. There you go.
Absolutely no. And I mean, at the end of the day, you know the right from wrong. And if anybody says they don't know right from wrong, well, they're stupid. You know, I'm sorry to be so quite blunt, but at the end of the day, you know right from wrong. You know what's right and you know what's wrong. And if you don't know that, then just ask yourself, would you do it to yourself? And if you wouldn't do it to yourself, then don't do it to anybody else. That's simple. That's simple. Sorry, but I get quite blunt now.
You know, if anybody's a little bit unclear, just go onto YouTube and put in Theresa May, policed by consent.
Yeah.
You know, and you'll find a clip of her on the 6 o'clock news going, no, in this country we're policed by consent. Well, why are we policed by consent? Because they work for us.
Yeah.
This is what people don't. You know,
same with the leaders, same with the king, same with the queen, same with anybody of authority. They work for the people. They don't work for them. They work for us. They are paid by us. We pay for
noise.
Well, this is what we want to achieve, right? Because if whatever actions you do in your own life, if you don't cause harm or detriment to someone else, then nobody should be able to tell you what to fucking do.
Exactly, but this is what they feel that they have the position to do so. That not only do they feel that they have the position to tell us what to do and how to live, how to eat, how to dress, how to feel, what to believe in, and so forth and so on. They haven't got no freaking right at all in any way, shape, or form. No one has that right.
There should be no such thing as a victimless crime.
Yes, absolutely.
So whenever fucking there has to be what's corpus delicti, which is the body of a victim, for there to be a crime. So anything else is just all fucking man-made bullshit that they don't have jurisdiction over. You know, it's like if you was to kill someone, the charge wouldn't be murder contrary to the Murder Act. It'd be murder contrary to common law, because common law is the law of the land. Everything else is just made up bullshit that don't even apply to you. That's basically it. It doesn't apply to you. It applies to your fiction. So that's why I always say you need to learn about not only who you are, but what you represent. Because what you represent is, you know, because they're two completely different fucking things. But one is always tripping up the other.
They don't know this because basically, as we all know, we've all been conditioned in a certain shape or form. But once you step out of that conditioning, you start to see the world for what it really is, and you start to see who you are for what you really are. And I'm not talking about what family you're from, who you really are. What is your purpose in every way, shape, or form? That starts being revealed to you. And I'm not joking. Once you step out of the conditioning of all what you've been taught at school and that and everything else, that was a program. That was their program to make sure that you keep in line, that you keep in the negative, that you just keep doing as you're flipping told.
Yeah, they want you educated. They want you educated just enough to be able to complete the task that they want you to do. and take fucking instructions and orders, but they don't want you too educated that you can fucking think for yourself. And this is the problem with education today. It's because it doesn't teach the kids fucking what to think. It teaches them, it doesn't teach them how to think. It teaches them what to think.
Yeah, but it also teaches them that they've got to work on their own and that they can't work as groups. Because all the exams and everything, you've got to work on your own. Whenever you're doing a test, you've got to work on your own. You can't look for everybody. Yeah, so that's rather than the community afterwards.
Yeah, it's that oneness. Yeah, that's when they tear it out from you. They not only are they divided. If you see what they're doing in the background, I mean, it's just a theory, and it's just a theory, and I feel like I'm a little bit right, but obviously I'm still doing some research. But they are dividing us, no matter what, whatever you call it, whatever means they are dividing us, whether that be with colour, religion, and so on, and etc. Yeah, but what they are doing is coming together. Making a one world government, making a one world taxation, making a one world religion, making a one world, but for them, not by God's law, not by natural law, by any means at all, by their law. Yeah, one law. Yeah, and if you think about that, so if we all came together and really actually just came to frigging together, they would crumble.
There's actually a video, right? I saw it a few weeks back, but I saw it. Someone sent it to me again today. I'll forward it on to you, and it's basically, you've probably seen it anyway, but it's basically a representative at the United Nations that's saying, just basically being as blatant as fuck, saying, we're gonna make laws and just ignore the old ones.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Even ignore God's law. Even ignore the man, so to speak. You know. Yeah.
Sean, is that you, mate? Is that a picture? That's not a picture of your wife there, buddy, is it? Yeah, it's it's important. This is the first fucking step. So you want to come up, fella? This is the first step to fucking protecting yourself and is figuring out, working out and learning who you represent. Yeah, because you have to learn how to distance yourself from it. All right, pal, no bother. What's that? It's Piss Dipkins. What's that, mate? Is that some fucking Kiwi shit that us English cunts don't get?
We can't have. Probably something we can't have just yet. We have to get it online.
Yeah, whatever you do, yeah, stop buying fucking lamb from New Zealand. After what Sean said.
I'm on a fish and fruit, veg and diet. I'm on well, it's not a diet. It's just basically I'm eating a lot better because of my practices that I do. Because I do a lot of spiritual stuff in my spare time, and that's like meditation and mudras and so forth and so on. Really interesting. I recommend people to sort of just read some books on it. You'll find so many things that will help you in your inner life. What you're doing in your life, it really does help prosperity and all that and so forth and so on. It really does. I've started the practice. As I say, I've been doing it for about a year now, and there's still so much to learn. But I know so much about myself now. It's just unreal, and it's helped me with what's going on as well out in the real world. So I do recommend it to people, and I am trying to now reveal what I do to sort of like
people really do need to find fucking inner peace, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you can only find that from yourself as well. You know, and it is hard. It is hard, guys. And I'm, you know, sorry, but sort of like, you know, but once you go past a certain level, it's clean sailing. It even shows you people's real images as well, real what you see in them as well. It really reflects. It really does. Honestly, I can't fret.
So Will, is it possible it's easy to highlight what basic meditation is? Do you like try and clear the brain and focus on nothing?
Go down to the alpha level. Try to find yourself a frequency to listen to, and obviously count down 3 times in your head. Go 3, 3, 3. Say that 3 times in your head and visualize the number 3. Okay, and then go to number 2 and do the same thing again. Visualize it. Say it 3 times in your head, and then go down to 1 and say 3 times and visualize the number 1. And once you've done that, then count down from either 100, 75, or 25, whatever you feel comfortable in doing. And that will put you into a more of a deeper state. You're still aware of what's going on around you, but noises won't intervene with it because you're in that complete state. You're just basically in an alpha state. Yeah. And then from that, from the 100 or the 75 or the 25, whichever you feel comfortable with, go to 3 again and just visualize 3 until you see the number 3 clearly in your mind's eye, in your head. You just see it. You just see it. You know, obviously you still got your eyes closed and so forth and that. And then go to number 2 and think of somewhere you feel relaxed, somewhere that you feel that no one, there's no one there. It's just complete bliss. It's complete, you know, peace. I don't know, you're under a tree or something. Think of trees and, like a field or something, just somewhere away from all the noise, all the chaos. And then you go to number 1. And you just go
All
silent.
these numbers are Freemason.
You just go silent and can't put it into words. But you'll feel it. You'll feel it. You'll sense it.
He's got it wrong.
You have to be open to it, obviously. And then just keep doing it. And after a while, you'll start finding your own methods. And and it doesn't come overnight. It doesn't. It's a process. And then for what you are doing, just think of your brain as a computer, and you're basically pressing the reset button.
The brain interface.
And you're conditioning your brain. You're
you're not.
You're
it's
basically downloading you're sorting it all out. It's all subconsciously being sorted out. I know that sounds quite eerie or out there.
I told you this.
Trust me. Well, just have a little bit of faith in me that I am trying to. It will help you.
Don't follow the leader.
To know yourself so much more, and all you. That makes sense, and that comes out as well after time of doing it, and constantly keep doing it. Just keep doing it when you get a spare 15 minutes, half an hour. Try to do it 3 times a day, but if you can only do it 1 time a day, do it 1 time a day.
Blessing.
But, try to do it 3 times a day as well. Eventually, as well. I know it's hard because of the chaotic shit that we're getting at the moment, but just keep at it, and I assure you, you will find so much inner peace with yourself, and it will reflect on the people that you meet, with your family, with your children, with everything. You would just, honestly, it's beautiful, guys. I can't fret.
I appreciate that, mate. When you say find a frequency to listen to, where do you find the frequency?
The frequencies are like 524. You can get them on YouTube, free. Or there is this one frequency which I do recommend to people, and I use it quite a lot myself. It's called the Silver Method. Silver Method. That's about it's by Joseph Silver. Yeah, Joseph Silver, and he goes through some procedures, and listen to what he says to do, and then obviously I took a bit from that, because you find your own method, but he sort of can give you a start. So Silver Method, the Silver Method, completely free.
right? I'll send you a couple of links, some guided meditations that are easy to follow, and they get you doing some breath work. You just stick some fucking earphones in.
Yeah.
You can either lay down doing it, or you can sit up doing it, whatever you prefer. It's about 25 minutes long. And you can do them a couple of times. You can do them, depending on you want to spend a couple of hours meditating, then you just keep doing it. Do it once and do it again and do it again. And what you'll find is every time you do it, you'll get deeper and deeper.
I can show you a little device I've got, shorty. So I'm not, can you put me on a big screen, 420, if that's all right, just for a minute? Obviously, I'll reveal this to you.
Yeah,
I know my. I do know. Yeah, I've got some.
It's misleading.
Okay. Let me just get my big camera on. Like I say, I'm still doing a lot of work, but just get to my camera. Hang on.
Before you find, I've got to say, I didn't realise you were my fucking twin brother.
I've got a lot of. Apparently, I've got a lot of doppelgangers around. My friend Ria is partners.
It's not his friend. He pinched all my subscribers.
Equipment that I use.
And then he badmouthed me to everybody else on this platform.
That's feeding off a frequency right now. And then this is connected to some magnets and so forth and so on. And then sometimes I may do this.
And they just gaslighting me online.
I can't see nothing.
Yeah. And then I've got my pentagram over there, which I do a lot of work on there as well. But this is just...
We can't see nothing, mate.
All right. Hang on. I know why. All right, here we go. There we go. Right. This is my frequency device,
which
I have going, and I have my affirmations going through as well. I've got my two magnets here as well, which are powerful magnets.
He does a lot of
connected up to here, and I do a lot of work with that. Obviously, again, and then I've also got these books, which I'm still going through, which is symbols that we are basically you can do like let me just change my camera around. This book is called abundant symbols, and basically when you do meditation, you do these symbols in the air, but you have your hand in a certain way, so forth and so on. You have to give the symbol a name, but you do it with your hand in midair, like you've got a canvas in front of you, this invisible canvas, obviously. And it's quite deep, and it sounds all a little airy-fairy, but people use this quite a lot. This is a great book. I recommend it to people. Like it's with abundant symbols, and then I also do my mantra as well, which helps with my meditation and my yoga, and that's got hand gestures and so forth, and that, which you'll see famous people using, but we always think it's just using their hands, and there's nothing to it. But there is actually something under all of that. But obviously, I just recommend just do some research, just do some reading, and you just give yourself some good knowledge, some good wisdom. They use it. They use these things. They use these chakras and so forth and so on. They do. Don't be under any illusion that they don't know about this stuff, because they do.
Yeah, of course they do.
And it's quite
because they all fucking use them themselves.
Yeah. And they use you as a conduit as well, which because you are not knowing and you're accepting. But acceptance is a great big thing. But because if you're not knowing, you're accepting something. Like you're signing when you sign for your mortgage or something like that. Yeah, you're accepting that. You're accepting that.
Well, you're.
Right. Now we're going to Super Soldiers Talk.
Population of our planet is no more than 500.
We're willing to kill 7 billion.
Well, most of those lives aren't worth living. The mass of humanity in Africa, India, China, they live in squalor, Be better off.
Limit time for living.
Each other, and you know what? Don't always make it about any one person, because we're all part of the collective, and the collective is
What you have came my internet.
yeah. You can either lay down doing it, or you can sit up. Will know there's something going on there with that, and they'll respect it and leave it alone. You know, we're loved, and that we're fixing this. Really, even I didn't even really know that we were going to do that, but it ended up happening, and it was very beautiful, and I think it was really powerful. And there was like golden.
Good, good. So, okay, so today's presentation is going to be about what I thought we could start with first anyway, would be the tour that we just conducted in Montauk, New York. That was between August 10th to the 15th, but some people might have stayed a day or two longer. And so this particular tour, we were exploring the return of the USS Eldridge. But we were already aware that the Eldridge was not going to appear visually. However, I believe that was, of course, Jimmy Payne confirms it, that it was, and I mean, it's invisible, right? So, but so during this time there in Montauk, a lot of us were exploring the different Camp Hero locations, and also around the lighthouse and so on. And we were working on trying to heal ourselves for some of the trauma that we went through. So, so I guess we could maybe start with, maybe we could just start with maybe Arkeem. So tell us a little bit about more of what you experienced there in Montauk, New York. Oh, okay. Hold on. My bad. Go ahead. Hit it again.
Thanks, James, for having me. What I experienced was, well, how it went, I guess, is you messaged me and you were talking about planning this, and you said you'd like to have me. And my first response to it was that I thought that maybe it was a bad idea because, you know, it's a traumatic kind of thing. But you said to me that we're gonna heal, we're gonna do healing, and we're gonna face our trauma and stuff, and that appealed to me. So I agreed to coming out, and I'm really glad that I did. I think the first thing that I noticed once I got there was how bright the energy was there. There were people there with their families, and everyone there was quite happy and enjoying life. And I feel like people are unintentionally putting positive energy into that area there just by doing that, and that's a good thing. And the area was just so beautiful was another thing that I noticed. And it was but yeah, it was one of those things where we did end up facing our trauma. I met a lot of people, like including two people right here right now doing this interview with us. I met them and remembered them, both, and quite a few other people as well. I got memories back of them quite quickly, and it was just a lot of healing and reconnecting with each other as what Alondra referred to as free persons, which I really like. You know, we're free persons now, so we're going back as free persons. And yeah, we healed.
Verse 1, chapter 12.
So weird.
I wasn't really even, I didn't even really know that was said, but it was happening, and it was really
Let us
beautiful,
also
and it was really powerful,
wait
and there was like golden glowing like light energy
so closely and let us
installed
perseverance
the grid of the earth that's there, the ley line that's there. And there are like fractures of there are like fractions you can see like in like I don't know what it would be like space time or something